Hey guys, so today I want to talk about why I think Bill Cipher will return to Gravity Falls at some point in the future. And when I say he'll return to Gravity Falls, I don't mean that the show is going to come back, there's going to be a season 3. I mean that if Gravity Falls does come back for like a comic book series, I think Bill will return. Because there were a few things in Weirdmageddon 3 that lead me to believe we have not seen the last of him. And the first thing I want to talk about is how he sang "We'll Meet Again" in the very beginning of the episode. Now this is clearly some kind of thing for humor, and when you saw it you're like, oh my god, Bill's singing, that's pretty funny. But nobody really thought about the song itself. He's saying how we'll meet again, like he's talking to Ford, and he knows like some of the future. He's proven that he knows more about the future than anyone else, because in Dreamscaperers he said he knew lots of things, and those were things that haven't happened yet. And when he says we'll meet again, what if he knew he was going to be defeated at some point soon? So he said that to give a hint that he's going to return at some point. And I think this because when you watch this for the first time, you probably didn't think about the lyrics. You probably were just thinking how he was singing and that was funny and cool. But when you actually look at the lyrics and the song, that means that he's going to return. And even though he didn't know he was going to die, at least we don't know that, he does know the future. He knows at least the near future. So it would make sense if this was actually a hint for him to return to Gravity Falls sometime later on. Another thing I want to talk about is Bill talking about the Axolotl, which is a fish that regenerates. And if you don't remember him saying this, then that would make sense, because you would have to look at the one scene where he dies backwards, because you hear that he says Axolotl, and basically what the Axolotl is it's a fish that regenerates body parts whenever it gets injured. And this is very significant, because if he's talking about a fish that can regenerate body parts, how do we know that Bill can't regenerate body parts? Because, well, if he's talking about regeneration throughout the whole episode of Weirdmageddon 3, then it's very possible that he has the ability to regenerate his life, even though it'll probably take a really long time, especially because he was turned to stone and he didn't like actually die. There's still some kind of form in him in the real world. It's the stone. And if he can regenerate out of that stone, then he will not be dead anymore, and we haven't seen the last of him. But I just think this is important because he mentioned the Axolotl, and you wouldn't mention that for no reason at all. You'd have to have some reason that Bill said that, and it's clearly because of the regeneration aspect. And I was thinking, if Bill talked about the Axolotl in secret in the backwards message, then maybe he does have the ability to regenerate his own life rather than just a body part. And the last thing that leads me to believe that he will return at some point in the future of Gravity Falls is that when he dies, in the backwards message he says, "My time has come to burn. I invoke the ancient power that I may return." Now, this might be like another one of those instances where the enemy just says, "You haven't seen the last of me," to open up the doors for new opportunities for like future projects of Gravity Falls. But combined with all the other evidence, I do think that Bill Cipher is going to return if Alex Hirsch does decide to continue Gravity Falls in a comic book series or some kind of book. But when I make this video, please just don't expect it to be like a season 3 or a spin-off show, because Gravity Falls has been a really long experience for Alex Hirsch. He's liked doing it, but it's been very tiring. And if Bill does return, it's not going to be in the show because the show is over. But comic books is very likely, at least that's what I think. And some people may say that if Bill returns, it would be like a spin-off show. But I don't think a spin-off show will happen. Well, I mean, it's possible. It's just extremely unlikely. I think Bill returning would be amazing. It would be awesome to see what he has next, because all the hints that I've talked about in this video just lead me to believe that he will come back, and I want to see what he's going to do. So if you think Bill is going to return, or you don't think Bill is going to return, leave a comment below and tell me what you think. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.